Hello and welcome to another training video with senior partner Owen Thurber and myself, Milton Simpson. I hope you enjoyed the last video about duty of loyalty. Today we're going to talk about the duty of prudence. Duty of prudence imposes on the trustee, which would be you, as one of our new associates here at the firm, an objective standard of care. But what does this mean? Well, the Uniform Trust Code defines duty of prudence as a situation where a trustee shall administer the trust as a prudent person would by considering the purposes, terms, distributable requirements, and other circumstances of the trust. In satisfying this objective standard, the trustee shall exercise reasonable care, skill, and caution. When this comes up most often is when dealing with distributions. You, as the trustee, will have to give out, in certain situations, distributions to the beneficiaries. In a mandatory trust, you, the trustee, must make specified distributions to the identified beneficiary. In a discretionary trust, the trustee has discretion over when, to whom, and in what amounts to make a distribution. As you can clearly see, this could be ripe for abuse. One downside of the duty of prudence is how do you monitor it? It can be very complicated. In the case Marsman v. Narska, a trustee that holds discretionary power to pay principal for the, quote, support and maintenance of a beneficiary has a duty to inquire into the financial resources of that beneficiary to ascertain his or her needs. What does this mean in practice? This means that if you have a beneficiary who's about to go to college, you probably need to research how much is tuition at that school, how much are books, how much are going to be gas and other expenses that the beneficiary is going to have to pay, and then factor that into the distribution. When we're talking about the duty of prudence, we have three lower tiers of duty, other issues that we have to look into. We've got the duty to inquire, where it requires the trustee to inquire into the beneficiary's needs and circumstances. We also have the duty to inform, which is exactly what it sounds like. You need to inform, basically once a year through a report or another means, to the beneficiaries what's going on with the trust. The trustee shall keep the qualified beneficiaries of the trust reasonably informed about the administration of the trust and the material facts necessary for them to protect their interests. A third duty, part of the duty of prudence, is the duty to account to these beneficiaries. You have a duty to report everything that's happened in the trust. The beneficiaries have a right to sue you, the trustee, if they haven't been given an accounting. In order to get an accounting, the beneficiaries need to sign off and get judicial approval. It's the only way to cover themselves. So don't, as Mr. Thurber's throwing his stuff, do not get yourself in a situation where you violate the duty of prudence. Act as a reasonably prudent person, and the beneficiaries will thank you. Thank you for your time. Have a great afternoon.